Nevertheless, the people be strong. This is what they're saying. The bad report. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Those were the giants. And it goes on with these Amalek, Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Canaanites. These are the ones I'll point out real fast in just a minute. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses. Right then and there, as that was going on, the Spirit of the Lord through Caleb cut in and said, wait a minute. Stop with your fear. Stop with this stuff. And sometimes that's what you got to do with people. They want to get in there and they want to start saying, well, okay, this is going on, all this, everyone gets all hyped up, and it's fear, and it's, anger, rage, and, oh, it's so great. All of a sudden, that what's happening is they're painting a picture in the whole people's mind. You get a wicked, evil ruler, which might be ruling over a certain country, we understand right now. All of a sudden, they want to say one thing. They're starting to allow these things, and so everybody's in uproar. Everybody's going into fear. Everybody's doing it like that. Nevertheless, that people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. They're going on with this. He said, but Caleb comes out, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. That's what the Lord is speaking to us right now. The Spirit of the Lord is speaking to you. Say, for instance, Kathy had a situation this weekend, and she was willing to share and very transparent. And of course, I can understand it because I relate in these areas also, which you do too. We have many, many temptations. The enemy does not want us having the victory. And so all of a sudden, God is going to give you, by interpretation of the pastor on yesterday, speaking to all of us in different areas, we pull out what we need. Saying, okay, this is that. How are you going to take care of this temptation? Are you going to shut it down? Are you going to be a Samson with the Delilah and play with the thing? You know what I'm saying? Either you shut it down or it's going to get worse. You'll be fed by it. So Caleb getting that understanding, saying, right now, we need to go up and possess the land. And that's what God's telling us. You need to go up and possess your land. You need to ask God, what is it that I need? Throw it out. What has been my temptation? Most of the time, it's sex and money. Most of the time, which involves a lot. There's a lot of areas with that. Mucho. So therefore, that's usually what is it taking just about everybody out. So on those areas, then God has got to do a work in you. Most of the time, people have learned through, again, drugs, different drugs. Even Christians, they get on this side, they still want to smoke that marijuana. They don't want to be tempted by sex, and they don't want to be tempted by, going out there and doing bad stuff, so they go ahead and smoke and sit back and just get dulled out or take a drink. So you got Christians now, they're sedated, but the sin is still there. The temptation is still there. They're just sedating the body, but still, their soulish man wants to do it. He said, if you look on a man or a woman to do something, you've already done it. So therefore, what good is that? We want the whole thing out. You have to get to the grips with this thing. Say, listen, I'm finished with that area. God, I need to have something to happen in my life for me to make the crossroads so it can be parted. This Red Sea got to be parted because I got to walk across dry shod, get on the other side, so when the enemy comes up, he can be drowned. That's it. I don't want nothing to do with them. I'm going free. So whatever the area in your life is, that's what God is doing with us. And every temptation you go through, every harassment, every misunderstanding that you go through, you got to be looking at this thing. You have to pull this thing up and go back over it and say, what about that? How's this conversation relating to this thing? You have to be a lawyer because you know what? The devil is a very good lawyer because he already got Eve in the garden. Hath God said. Right now, the enemy is saying, okay, you think you can make it? Okay, hath God said? Oh, is he your Jehovah Jireh? You think he can provide? You think he can provide the money you need? Do you think he can provide the healing you need? Do you think he can be your husband, your mother, your brother, your father and sister? You think you can get the love from him like I can give for you? He looks mighty, mighty good, doesn't that? Doesn't that look real good to you? Don't you think that could be a real good companion for you? Oh, the devil is a liar. Because I've fallen for it many, many times, and so have you, in so many different areas. And we knew better, but we just couldn't help ourselves. But now God here at the end is going to bring us out as pure gold. You know, the well has gone dry, and down at the bottom of the well is sediment, and that's what God's cleaning out. He's cleaning out the sediment because He wants to pour in the pureness of the wine, because the former and latter rain is coming together, and He wants us pure, coming out as pure gold, because Jesus said, there ain't nothing in me of the devil, and we're going to be able to proclaim the very same things, and then we're going to lay hands on the sick, and they will instantly recover. Now, a lot of times we've laid hands on them, and they recover, like, oh God, thank God, after about 225 of these things, prayer, laying hands on somebody, finally somebody did get it. Now, it was you, God. I know it was you. It wasn't none of me. You know, we're rehearsing this thing back and forth. What about this? And how I got the power, and I don't understand the manifestation. You know what? He's just getting us ready. Just like Pastor was saying yesterday. David had to conquer 2 things, and then he went out for the big giant. And right now, we're going out for these big giants. And what those are, all those in that land. This is a real fast review. You use it in the paper because it's a lot easier. You're going to have the first battle, and that's the Hittites. That's all the fears. All the fears, all the phobias. And right now, you're being shaken in some of your areas. Fears, intimidations, insecurities. You know, you take one little element out of your life, and you watch to see how willy-nilly you really can get. And we thought we were so secure in God. Oh, strong men and women of God, praying for God, trusting God. You take one little element out, and boom, we have to reach for something else. We have to fall back on something else. I don't want to fall back on flesh anymore. I don't want to fall back on somebody's cell phone. I don't want to fall back on anything. But knowing God has delivered me from all my fears. Delivered me. Many have been my afflictions, but God has already delivered me. If He's delivered us out of those, He's going to complete that work of the perfection that we've been needing. Philippians 1 and 6. It's a perfection we're looking for. That's fears of the past and everything like that. That's the first one. Gershites, one who returns from the pilgrimage. You know, we get delivered from 1 or 2 or 3 or 15 or 150 of these different things. All of a sudden, you know what, that spirit that was in you, that you housed, that you kept there, and you pet, and you went along with, it leaves out, but then it sojourns, and it might come back around. When it comes back around, it's got 7 more, worser than what's before. And He comes knocking at your door, because the Lord allows us to be tempted at times if we still have pieces and parts of us that want to join up with something that's not of God. So what happens is that right there, you're going to have to overcome that thing. There's things that we at this time are going to overcome. And you know what? This all could fall on you in one week.